Hey YouTube, just wanted to bring you a video today showing you something I like to do to my Ace scale tires, and that's balancing them. Now this video is not me telling you that you have to balance your tires, because you certainly do not. Some people are going to laugh and say, you don't need to do that, and that's fine. It's something that I stumbled upon watching another video. I thought it was a pretty good idea. I checked it out myself, and it's something I'm a firm believer in now. So this is just a little Flashpoint, actually, nitro engine bag that I bought to keep my balancing stuff in. I also keep my tire gluing things in it. So, in here I just keep black Sharpie, an older hobby knife, and then in here is my balancing stand. Now this is the Huddy wheel balance station. I'm not going to lie, Huddy's not cheap, but it's nicely made. And this is sold in two separate pieces. Basically, you buy this base with this back piece, and then you buy the actual balancer itself. They do that because they make different balancers for different types of wheels. This is for Ace scale. It's got your 17mm hex. Now, there's other balancers on the market, as well as this one. You could just do this by hand and not buy this base. But after balancing some tires, there's no way I'd want to sit there and hold this by hand and balance each tire. So, yes, it's a little bit of an investment. I think altogether this might be like around $65. So, I've been using the AKA balancing clay. It's about $4 for a stick. You could go to the craft store and buy modeling clay or maybe even silly putty. But I know with this stuff, at least, it's never come off my wheels. I balanced all my wheels that I raced with last summer, and I had zero issues. And, you know, once you feel a wheel on the balancing stand that's not balanced compared to one that's balanced, you say, wow, that is a difference. I just feel if it gives me just a little bit better longevity on some of my equipment, like my bearings, you know, something I feel that I think is a good idea to do. Again, you don't have to. If you don't want to, that's perfectly fine. And this video is more or less just showing you how I do it. So I have a new buggy mounted wheel here. This obviously works for buggy and truggy. And I would say truggy is probably even more important to balance. But, you know, you just put this on the balancer, line up the hex, and thread the end on. Okay. And then, first time I tried to do it, I spun it, and I'm like, this is going to take forever. That's not what you need to do. Basically, it's going to find its heavy spot or low point, however you want to call it. So really, you don't even have to spin it. You just have to let it rock back and forth. Hopefully you can see that. You should do it on a flat surface. I am on my pit mat, but the bench is pretty level, so I'm not too worried about it. But basically, once it comes to a resting point, you know, you can kind of stop it, and it's still going to find its, basically the heavy spot is going to settle to the bottom. Okay, so what I do is I take my marker. You can see the bearing is very smooth. Okay, so that's its resting spot there. So basically on this side, once it stops, what I like to do is come right through. I don't know if you can see that. There's a slot right here. And I just bring my Sharpie in here. Sorry, I touched it again. I don't usually have the camera in the way when I'm doing this. So basically I come right in and I kind of eyeball the center right through the slot and I make a mark. So now I know that's my low spot. See my mark right there? Okay. So basically, then what you want to do is you take a chunk of clay and you want to put the clay opposite from your mark. You're trying to counterbalance the heavy spot. So after you've done it for a while, you kind of get a feel of how much you need. You know, you roll up a little ball, stick it in there, try to get it, you know, directly across, and then let it do it again. And then eventually, what you want is you want it to not do this, you know, like a seesaw effect where it goes back and forth, back and forth. And ultimately what I do then is once I can tell once it gets close, and then I start spinning it and I stop it in usually 4 different spots. And if it stays in each of the 4 spots, then it's balanced. Now you could drive yourself nutty and try to get it perfect. Sometimes they happen, you know, sometimes you can get it really quick right off the bat. Sometimes it takes a little bit. But anything is better than how out of balance they can be. Like I said, if you hold it and you do that, you can feel the difference. So again, once it, you know, it doesn't want to go into one spot every time, then you know it's pretty darn balanced. So this was just my little video to show you how I balance my wheels. I hope you enjoyed it, and you know, maybe it's something you'll consider doing to your wheels. All right, thanks a lot for watching. Take care.